what's going on? Welcome back. So today we are going to get the Celica. Working on this thing here today, but first I do need to get this thing washed up along with the Jag. I got to change a few things on that. Got to get the brakes done. A check engine light also came on, so I'm just going to try and squeeze all this thing in all in one shot, and we are going to go from there. But also my buddy Josh, again with the all-wheel drive Civic, sent down a package to me, so we will open that too at the end of this video. All right, just got them all washed up here. Got the new wheels too. They are some Federals, not sure what kind they are, but brand new tires. I'm going to be taking up to the circuit in October here, so kind of wanted to get it installed there. Took the slicks off. I ended up giving the slicks, 15-inch slicks, to my neighbor Paul here. He's again right across the street. He has that hatch right there, which is supercharged single. Got the Jag all cleaned up, so let me go just pull some codes off, do it all off camera here. But again, we'll continue to move on to Celi. So without further ado, guys, let's get to the Celica here. So again, the fuel system is what we are going to start working on. Again, I did start already pre-bending the tank here so I could get it going, but we'll pull it out and let's get this thing burnt in together and start running some lines to the engine. Diving into this now here. First thing I did, of course, recheck the fitting of the fuel cap here. Again, this is going to be eventually bolted down. Basically what's going on is that these AN or these fittings back here are actually hitting the baffling, so I end up cutting a slit on each side, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it over. So one, that's also going to create strength, and two, it's going to allow me to make sure that this thing could actually sit in all the way. So I'll just grab some vice grip and something to hopefully help assist it to bend it here. All right, so it's all bent up now. I actually took the bulkheads off to kind of get a little bit of a better position, just so I could kind of mark each hole I got to drill out. So at least that section's there. They do hit the area where it folds, but I was actually going to try and utilize that to actually stabilize the fuel pump. So I was going to try and mount the fuel pump on that and then have it go up into the bulkhead. But let's drill these holes out first, and then we'll continue moving forward here. The bits I'm just going to use are these step bits. Let me go and use it on this. Get these going. Drill the holes through. Got that going. This typically is the part that actually sits on the bottom or underneath this cover. So I do need to actually modify this baffling still in order for this to fit, because again, this is just there to test fit to make sure I got the holes in the right location. Now I got to go ahead and I'm going to make a another baffling area right here, but I'm going to have to cut this section out. So in case in the future, if I ever want to run some ANs on the back, I could do that too for an external pump. But right now I'm going to run an internal pump. I just like the way how I did it here with the CRX. So the CRX, the way it is, see how it kind of drops down, and then it has the dash 10s there. So it's an option if I ever want to run dash 10s in the future, I can. So I'm going to go ahead and do that same concept, but on this tank here. And the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to go ahead and find the center. Currently right now this is 16 inches in length. Center of that, of course, is going to be 8, and I'm going to go and cut a square out here, run it down, and I'm going to pull the aluminum out towards me. And again, so what I did in order to get this line here, again, it's going from 2.5 to 2.5 to 6 inches. I used the square to make sure that this section is going to be straight, and I'll show you what I mean as we move forward here. Okay, again, this is the bottom side of the tank. Section's cut. I'm going to go ahead and just push it through. So I got the tank, section cut, beat to shape, literally. End up wanting to have this section curved here. This just so it contours the section of the opening for the fuel pump. So that's been kind of beaten away, and then I kind of did the same thing with this, so it kind of actually has a little curve to it. So the way I end up doing that, 2 pieces of wood here. Get it to where you want it to be, and just beat the section in the center. So that kind of just gives that curve, and then you want to have these kind of triangulated so it actually continues with that same pattern there. All right, guys, so now we are at got the cutouts here finally made. Again, it's just flat stock that I just had lying around from the extra fuel tank that I just had. Again, this tank is from a boat, and again, I just kind of chopped it up to size, kind of got it down to where it would fit nicely into the Celica. So again, 1 piece, got this piece here, and now I just got to get these all burned and welded in. And again, on these back part, which is something you'd see on the back side, I'm going to put some dash 10s on here if I ever decide to run inline fuel pumps. And again, this side here with the baffling, this is kind of an unusual cut here, but in order for this plate to fit underneath, in order to attach the top part, I actually had to make that cut there. And then again, I also just cut and bent this one here as well, just so it allows fuel to kind of go through over the pump. Okay, so this kind of gives us a little better of idea of what exactly we are doing here. Again, this is just the back portion. Again, the dash 10 are welded on the inside. You guys saw me do that there. I got to just continue moving forward here. Still need to weld, of course, the bottom piece, that, and along with these sides. Pretty much the whole box. And then I still need to weld the top part on as well. So the inside of the welds, the outside of the tank, kind of see it's all welded up right here. So eventually it's going to look more like this. Again, the A-end line's going to be up top. I still need a sending unit so I know how much fuel I have in there. So I got to figure out where I'm going to get that plumbed into the system. So all right, so we're gonna go and open this thing up here. Kind of ripped it, about right there. And again, Josh with the all-wheel drive hatch. If you guys have been watching the videos, he sent this over to me. And what this is, it's from K-Tuned. It's basically an A-end fitting, which then just allows me to clock whichever way I could use the water neck from the water outlet. So that's what this is. Thanks, Josh. It kind of looks like this. This is what it looks like. You got the 4 ports just so you could put a bolt through it. This one here looks like it's threaded, so don't feel like buying another one. I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and weld another dash 16 onto this, and regardless whichever way it's going to go, it's going to need to at least get a 16 on there. So I think a straight is going to be fine. So it's going to probably sit about in this angle, and got the 16 here. Just going to sit just about there, and we'll weld this up. And then again, a couple other things again we didn't weld up. This is the K20 water neck to a dash 16. And again, this is just the adapter for the oil filter, which I'm going to run and relocate. This is going to take a lot of time to do, a lot of welding, so you guys kind of just get a little bit better of a picture exactly what we're doing here. And again, thank you again for watching. Hopefully by the time you guys come back to see the next video, I will be at the racetrack, but along with that, this would also be completed as well. So at least get the Celica a little bit closer to getting it back on the road here. And again, the racetrack is going to be this Saturday. This is Monday, the Labor Day weekend. So it is really hot today. It's supposed to be about 109 again, and it's very smoky outside. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll see you guys on the next one, guys.